I was just live a few seconds ago, but unfortunately, because of some problem, it had to break down. So I'm starting again, and unfortunately, I've not got the right filter. But today's message is very, very important. And I've seen a lot of people discuss it, and a lot of people not even discuss, actually just assume things. So there's some clarity I got early in the morning, and I was doing my Vipassana, and all those thoughts were being downloaded. Immediately out of Vipassana, I wrote them down in my diary, and I thought I'll talk about it. So the topic is that why do we have a lot of masculine women, and do masculine women fall in love, or how to actually pursue these kind of strong women? Or so even before discussing this further, let's discuss who are these strong women or masculine women we are talking about. Either you call someone a masculine or a strong woman, the one who looks like bro types, and I've been there myself, a very tomboyish character. A lot of people may have seen me in sari, but I have been a real tomboy in terms of clothes. So the kind of clothes that you wear, that may get you, thank you so much, that may get you termed as a masculine or a strong woman. Then another aspect of being strong is the fact that you actually have a lot of responsibilities. You are very responsible, you do the work on time, and you also have opinion of your own. Most of the times I have seen women having the opinion of the man they are with. That man can be their father, the man can be their brother, the man can be also their husband, especially political views. Like, a lot of women are not interested in politics. So what happens is, like, let's say someone's husband says that BJP is the right party, whatever they're doing is right. So the woman will also follow in the suit, and then they'll also start believing that, they'll start justifying it also. And whenever they're speaking about things, they are supporting the man. Okay, and I've seen women go to lengths to support their men without having an opinion of their own at all, without putting their brain into it. We believe that women are like water. No one can be absolute water, absolute liquid, or absolute solid. No one should be, because we are talking about yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Yin is the feminine aspect, the flowy aspect, energy we are talking about, and yang is when you call it a masculine aspect, it's the aspect which is kind of solid. Okay, it stays together. And femininity is the gateway to change. That's something that I've been talking about in all the videos. So when we say that why are women becoming masculine these days, there are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons why is the girl or the woman behaving like this. Okay, one way can be because she was brought up like this. Like, girls like me, we have been brought up in a convent school. We were told that short haircut is the right style or the trend. And believe me, a number of convent educated women will disagree with me, because what happens is, when you get your hair short, when you get your hair cut short, there is also this psychological issue which erupts alongside that. You're not able to identify with femininity. What I'm talking about is not just what I felt. Of course I felt like that, and but it's also out there in books, okay, psychology books. So please go and check them out. A lot of convent educated women, and I belong to one such convent, 160-year-old convent school where I studied. So people believe that smart girls have short hair, but unfortunately those short hair get you termed as a smart girl, not as a beautiful girl. And this is the way society conditions you. The way society is behaving is, all women want to look beautiful. When someone says you're smart, they also say at the same time you're not beautiful. When I got my hair cut short only a few days ago, I remember my son saying, "Mama, you're looking so beautiful." When you're able to see beauty in a woman who has cut her hair short and who's wearing trousers and shirt and coat, and the kids are saying, "Mama, you look so beautiful," it takes you the vision of your heart and your soul to be able to see and to be able to look through the woman. So they know that my mama is beautiful because they felt that love. but to most of the people, they will assume she is masculine, she is headstrong, she has her own opinions. When women start having opinions, when women start speaking their minds, they anyway appear to be masculine to a lot of people. We assume that women should be silenced, they should be quiet, and they should be ready for changing themselves as per whatever is out there in their lives. But men should be headstrong. Men have the right to lead. I would not get into the research which said it's a long research. If anyone wants, I can send you the link of that reel. It said, I still have to explore the the foundations of that research. It said that women's brains are meant for leadership. Women's brains, and there's a huge gap between the man and the woman's brain. So I'm not trying to say that women are better or anything, and I'm not trying to say leadership is better, because it said that women know how to mold things. And what is leadership about? Leadership is not about toxicity and about ruling over people. Leadership is about teaching people how to do things, inspiring people. Like when I got my fracture in my leg, and I had to sit back on the bed, and I could not do a lot of my work and a lot of the household work and a lot of work for my kids. I had to teach my kids. So obviously my parents helped a lot, but then eventually I realized that I will not be fine in one day. It will take a month, 2 months. So I had to teach them how to, pack their bags properly. I realized that this is motherhood. And motherhood is leadership, So society has given a wrong definition of masculinity, femininity, or headstrong women. She's a bro type woman and things like that. We are wearing filtered glasses, we're wearing filtered glasses. We are not seeing through things. So one of the reasons of why they are like this is the fact that, first of all, they were brought up like that, convent education. The father was like that, and the mother was like that. She said, they were brought up into those ways. Second reason can be that they were conditioned into believing, this is also a wrong notion, they were conditioned into believing that behaving like a man is the real strong thing. I'm not trying to always support women in everything that they do, and number of times women also don't know that displaying masculinity or masculine traits is not actually strength. Okay, so we are keeping this term masculine as the same word having different meanings. Okay, so that is why I'm mentioning the word masculine more of the times, not just feminine. So when I say masculine, then I'm talking about the masculine energy. And why would women behave like that? So one of the causes, as I already said, that she was conditioned like that because of the convent education or because of the way the parents brought her up or whatever. The other reason is because she was brought up in a way that she thought that to behave like a girl is, oh my god, I don't like pink, or I only like, I can't wear sari, I'm not that type, okay? So to shun or to think of femininity as, which is not strong enough. I don't have those urges of, applying nail paint. I have seen a lot of girls shun or like consider femininity as weak. So that may be one reason, another reason for that. Then, as I already discussed, she may be a real leader. That is why she's behaving like that. Unfortunately, as I already said, that the research, which I still have to talk about, which I still have to find about, and there's a reel which says that women's brain are meant for leadership. Consequently, and what is leadership? Leadership is not being toxic and like shouting at people and punishing them. Leadership is about training people to behave in a certain way. As a mother, I've seen that when I train my sons, like I'm training these days how to wash clothes. With my healing fractured leg, I cannot go and do that. But, when my elder one learnt it, then I shifted it to my younger one. Now you learn how to wash clothes. Obviously, the washing machine cannot wash the school clothes, school uniform. You got to learn it. You can't always depend that, we have all the facilities. So, leadership is also about training people, about nurturing people, and nurturing will not always be kind. But when a woman does that, then we consider that that's masculine. Why is it masculine? It's leadership, excuse me. So the fact that when men do it, it's called strong. When women do it, it's called arrogant. That is also wrong, right? So don't have those assumptions. Get rid of your filtered glasses and see through what is actually the reality. Why is she doing like that? Then why is she behaving masculine? Another reason can be past life influences. I have a lot of them. I've been a man for the last 2 3 lifetimes. I remember my past lives. So when people see that, she moves her hand a lot, and if you play a song, I'll dance a lot, and I'll not dance like a female naturally, because I feel free to let my limbs be independent. That also gets women judged that, oh my god, she's masculine. Also the fact that it can come naturally to her. Unfortunately, movies like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, they show that Kajol was not in her essence when she was a college student. She became a woman after 8 years, and then comes Shah Rukh Khan. What a manipulative movie that is. Even though I have loved to watch it number of times, it's a manipulative movie. When she is herself, whether I wear shirt and pant or whether I wear a sari, you cannot fall in love with my clothes. You got to fall in love with me. So when Kajol is behaving like a tomboy, then he overlooks her completely. When she starts behaving like a girl, a woman, and then Shah Rukh Khan falls in love with her. That's manipulation. When you fall in love with a woman, you fall in love with a woman, not her clothes. Like I just mentioned that when I got my hair cut short and I was going for this picture wearing shirt and trouser and pants, my kids said, both my sons said, Mama, you look so beautiful. They didn't say that you look so smart. That's something I've heard, and this compliment has come to me a number of times. You look very smart, you look very strong. Rarely people have called me beautiful. And maybe they've called me beautiful when I wear a sari and when I wear all those junk jewelries. So with all those validations, she's behaving like feminine, then I be called beautiful. That's manipulation. But my sons can see through. I am not assuming that 20 years down the line, they'll still love me as much. But yes, today they can see the beauty. So beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Okay? When you love a woman, you understand the woman. If you don't understand, you try to understand. Then another very, very important reason is that she's trying to draw boundaries. Frankly speaking, I've been there, and it's a psychological issue. It's a traumatic problem. A lot of women have undergone. Some people, some women become numb to it. But middle class people like us, okay, when you are allowed to go and study in Delhi, and then you meet all kinds of people, you face trauma. And I was this girl I remember when I went to college. Of course, I studied in the best college possible, St. Stephen's, and I was the only person who was wearing so many clothes with a big dupatta, and everyone was in the shortest clothes possible. But when I would go to the university, to the arts faculty and stuff, people would look at me in a way that did not make me feel safe. So I was this girl who would wear most colorful clothes, all salwar suits, the most beautiful salwar suits ever, with huge junk jewelry and really long earrings and stuff, wear kajal, lipstick, everything. I really loved dressing up. 6 months down the line, I shifted to wearing shirt and jeans because I did not feel safe. And I tried to have that bro type of attitude because that felt safe for me. That was like a cocoon. That was a cocoon. Thank you so much. That was a cocoon. I was covering myself up. I didn't want to be seen by every other guy. And everyone becomes interested in a feminine woman. So sometimes women are covering up. They are drawing boundaries so that people don't harass her. And if I get onto harassment, it's not just your classmates, it can be your teachers also. And as a teacher myself, I've seen it can be your students also. So women are not safe anywhere, frankly. Not in the family, not in the workspace, not in education, nowhere. So one of the major reasons why a woman behaves masculine is the fact she's trying to cover herself up. And when we are talking about masculine and feminine energies, please remember, in some way we should not go too much into it, because we are kind of creating boxes and we are trying to adhere to it. Please remember that the society was not created by God. Okay, God has created man and woman. God has not created the social rules. That was created by humans. So just as that the Brahmins created such rules that the Brahmins were the most superior, okay, the rules were created by men, okay, according to themselves. And I'm sorry that those rules are not doing any justice to men also, most unfortunately. So and I've written all these points I really want to talk about. So when you think about those movies like Main Hoon Na, and Shah Rukh Khan takes this girl, I don't remember her name, what is her name, she's a very cute girl, she was a typical tomboyish type, and he takes her to Sushmita Sen and says, please teach her how to be feminine. That's absolute bullshit, if you believe me. That's absolute bullshit. If a girl changes the way she dresses, she will not change altogether. Okay, let's think that she had some problems. Let's believe, I don't think she had problems at all. Even if she had problems, it needs healing and psychological intervention by a counselor. Clothes, changing the kind of clothes, and then the guy comes back. In the same movie, you see a man and a boy. Shah Rukh Khan was a man. Do you remember the way he behaved with Sushmita Sen? Obviously, that was kind of badtameez also. But then he surrendered into, the love of Sushmita Sen. The way he would behave, he was an army man. He was like, a very strong personality. Strong men are not ones who find it difficult to accept that, oh my god, I can be in love. Weak men want to control women. Strong men are able to give all the independence to women. It's not like giving the independence. A woman is supposed to be independent herself. Okay, if you try to control her independence, you are weak. I'm sorry. The same goes with Bahubali if you watch. And why am I giving these? I could have gone into literature, but most people are not reading. So Bahubali, if you see, Devsena is able to speak up her mind anytime she wants to. Love is a characteristic feature of the strong people. Weak people cannot fall in love. I'm sorry. Weak people, even if they fall in love, they'll run away. Okay, so why women are weak? Because the situation is like that. You ask her to go out and work, obviously she's going to work. She's required to be speaking there. She cannot have a palla over there and still be, feeling shy and blushing and then doing the work. So coming to the fact that, and let me tell you that even this really, really headstrong woman, even this woman who is behaving like a tomboy, who is feeling threatened by, men around her, she will also surrender to a really, really strong man. Okay, she will automatically let off her guard, and she will feel, she will feel the love of that man. Whether she responds to that love depends on the situation, whether she is not in love with someone else or not, but she will be her feminine self because she'll feel safe with that man. She'll feel safe in telling him everything about her life or expressing all her emotions and telling him the details. With a weak guy, she will not do that ever. So even into understanding strong men who are strong men, please understand there's a difference between a man and a boy. What's the difference? Boys self-reject themselves. What does that mean? I know of boys, like one of my students, she was telling me that she liked a guy to such an extent, and but the situation was such that she could not talk to him well, and the guy wanted her to react in a manner in front of all the boys ki ha bhai, she's interested. When she could not do that, this guy stopped pursuing her. He jumped into another relationship. She still, she is still thinking about him only. That's the love. That is love. You don't keep faltering from one place to another place. If she's not available, koi aur, ye nahi hai to koi aur, aisa nahi hota hai. So the fact that she still loves him, and she said that I think he was in love with me, and that's going beyond logic. She's saying that I really feel he was in love with me. But why did this guy jump onto another female? He probably did that because he thought that before she rejects me, let me reject her. Okay, before she rejects me, like I go and tell her, or a lot of people start feeling that he likes her but she doesn't like him back. How do you get to do that? That's your ego which is getting you to do that. Strong men are not the strong men, strong women also. You need strong people to pursue love. Strong people are not scared of rejections. As clear as that. When you are in love, only when you are in love, you will do anything to be with that person, including the fact that you should be ready to go and verbalize your love. This guy self-rejected himself because if he really loved her the way she thinks he did, and he, his ego was that of a boy, he thought that I need validation, that if I could not isko nahi pata paya to kisi aur ko pata lun. That's a boy's problem, sorry. Of course, she had certain major issues because of which she could not respond, but the fact is that self-rejection is also a huge load of problem with boys, or with men who have not realized themselves. Strong men are men who not just surrender to the beauty of the woman. And when I talk about beauty, let me tell you that beauty is not always big, beautiful eyes, chandan sabadan, and all those things. Okay, beauty is something that you carry in your eyes for someone. You feel that emotion and that love with that person. I will not get into soulmates and twin flames because not many people will understand that. But that there is an energy between two people. Even when they meet for the first time, second time, third time, even in the beginning, they feel that energy. But apart from that, do you carry that love inside your eyes? So this strong man will not just surrender to the beauty of the woman, the physical beauty, but he will also surrender to her power. Just as I said, Bahubali, he fell in love with Devsena when she was fighting. Let me tell you one very, very frank thing, every man falls in love with a strong woman. Every man. I've seen all men being in love. But whether he'll be able to perform up to her, her level, that is the question. And when they know they cannot, then they run away. They run far away. She's not the person for me. Deep inside, he really appreciates and admires her because everyone appreciates strength. So the strong man is someone who will let her be strong. He will not go and try to cut her feathers and say, yeah, मेरी बीवी बनना है तो आपको ये करना पड़ेगा. The major difference between a boy and a man is the fact that the boy maintains this gap between girlfriend versus wife. Girlfriend हो hot होनी चाहिए. She should wear short clothes and wear all kinds of makeup and whatever. She should be the trendiest personality. And wife, she should be someone जिसको माँ के पास लेके जा सको. If you are one of those people who have this distinction, please work on yourself. Because a strong man will not have distinction. He will fall in love with the same girl and want her to be the wife. He will not have categories. He ऐसी है वो ऐसी है. इतना judgment करने वाला बंदा लड़का ही हो सकता है. Cannot be a मर्द. Okay. Boys need validation. ये नहीं पटी तो दूसरी तो पट जाएगी. They need to flirt with a lot of women. They need to sleep with a lot of women. हाँ, I am the dude. Men don't need those validations. Men are already satisfied deep inside. Just like strong women, strong men are also deeply satisfied with themselves. कि ठीक है, you accept rejection and you said कि ठीक है, अगर मेरे को नहीं पसंद करती है तो it's her space, it's her decision, it's her choice. If she doesn't like me, that doesn't make me any lesser. She has her own set of choices. If I like this, she didn't like me back, it's fine. You're ready for rejection and you are ready to accept that मेरे में कोई कमी नहीं है. I don't lack anything because she didn't like me. He respects this, this woman or this girl. He doesn't make her feel judged and trolled. All these Bollywood movies, they show such wrong things. Like in मैं हूँ ना only ना, that song तुमसे मिलके दिल का है जो हाल. She transformed into this butterfly kind of a girl, wearing those salwar suits and stuff. And he came after her with the entire college. That is harassment. Also Ajay Devgan type of movies, or also Devanand singing songs and then being after the girl with the whole college or a lot of people, everyone. You are insulting her, you are harassing her. What will happen? Let's imagine you have a sister and some guy loves your sister. Will you like this approach for your sister, or will you like कि ये घर की इज्जत बरकरार रखता हुआ लड़का खुद से जाकर बात करे? Oh please don't be so hypocritical that the way you will approach a girl versus the way some guy should approach my sister. Before doing anything to the girl, please ask, will you like the same thing to happen to your sister? Will you like the guy who loves your sister to approach her this way? Or will you like the guy to have enough courage to take rejection, to come in front of your sister and tell her that I really love you? So a lot of things we need to really think about. Okay, I have heard so many times the same stories. Boys having groups, WhatsApp groups, and they are sharing, like let's say 10 boys have 20 girlfriends. Every boy has 1 or 2 girlfriends. Okay, they go and flirt with this girl, say all kinds of nonsensical things. Whatever she responds, or if she responds with a personal picture, they share it there on the group. How hypocritical. You know what these guys are going to turn out to be? These are the same guys who will be those kind of men who will say औरत को पर्दे में रहना चाहिए. Why? Because they know that the kind of idiots they are, the kind of bastards they are. Only a few days ago I was just checking my spam messages in my messenger. My god, there were hundreds of spams. And so like it went beyond 500 or something. I just opened one of them. It was by a guy who must have been around 30 or something, and he had written something like, I love you. Okay, he had seen some video, he had written, I love you. And when I went onto his profile to check, and I found out that he was some real bhakt. माँ की पूजा, ये this that and the other. So I gave him good, अच्छी खासी गाली मैंने दी उसको, और and then I blocked him. माँ की भक्ति में लगे हैं वो लोग, and that is why religious people actually scare me out. All these men जो ऐसे देवी के भक्त एंड पता नहीं क्या शिव के भक्त हैं और मैं इस दिन पूजा करता हूँ, these men really scare me. जितनी ज्यादा भक्ति दिखाते हैं ना, उतनी ज्यादा हिपोक्रेसी दिखाते हैं पर्सनल प्रोफाइल्स पे. यू हैव नो आइडिया व्हाट दीज मेन डू टू वुमेन. वाइफ को उल्लू बना कर रखा हुआ है, और बाकी औरतों को, आई विल स्पीक वॉट एवर यू थिंक अबाउट मी, यू कांट स्टॉप मी, यू कांट साइलेंस मी. सो the fact that on these boys group, when I whenever every year I come to know about some of this nonsense that there's a boys group, this this class boys were having or this class boys, ये धोखा है. एंड what you're doing when you do that, कि जब आप अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड की पर्सनल पिक्चर बाकी लड़कों से शेयर करते हो, what are you doing actually? You are insulting yourself. You know that you are not a person to be believed. आप अपने बात के पक्के नहीं हो, आपकी जबान का कोई औकात नहीं है, कोई मतलब नहीं है. एंड दीज आर द गाइज हु विल लेटर से अपनी बहन को बोलेंगे रात में बाहर मत निकलो, अपनी बीवी को बोलेंगे कि तुम भाई सेम कास्ट सेम कम्युनिटी की हो सकती हो. They'll fall in love with one woman and they will go and date and sleep with a lot of other women. Why do we always have to find out problems with women? There are problems with men also. And I'm not trying to say that there are all problems with men only. I've seen strong men, like really, really strong men. And that is what gives me enough understanding that no, men can be really good. And it's not just conditioning. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि लड़कों को ऐसे condition किया गया, ऐसे that really matters. But it's also your personal choice. Doesn't your heart skip when you do something bad? जब किसी और की माँ या बेटी का या फिर बहन की इज्जत को आप जब सरेआम बाकी लड़कों के सामने रखते हो, आपको ये नहीं लगता है आपका हाथ, मतलब you don't feel scared to do that? The same thing can happen with one of your female family members. Anyways, so the fact is boys are flirtatious, men are loving and surrendering. As I said, surrender करना बहुत जरूरी होता है. And to such a man the woman will surrender. She will give back the looks. But at this point of time I also want to discuss the difference between attraction and love. Attraction is of the body. अब बहुत लोग इस लाइन पर गए ही नहीं आजकल. There are multiple levels of bonding that can be there between two people. Presently I'm talking about men and women. Okay, I don't have any issues between problems with LGBTQ, but I'm talking about men and women. So एक होता है physical attraction. Okay, and presently we are talking about physical attraction. Then there is an intellectual attraction, whether this person thinks like you, whether this person is well read, intellectual, does he have thoughts, does he have spiritual thoughts. उसके ऊपर आता है spiritual connection, which was already there even before you came. So the physical attraction, जिसमें आप जाके किसी भी random लड़की से flirt कर लेते हो, जिसमें when there is an arranged marriage and the guy goes and says something like I love you on the second day, this will break down. Please don't do arrangements. जैसे होता है ना कि जीन्स खरीदने जा रहे हैं तो पिंक कलर का या फिर वाइट कलर का स्टोन वॉश चाहिए, ये चाहिए. Relationship cannot be like that. This kind of relationship आप भले ही चला लो, डिवोर्स ना लो, but you know that you are dying deep inside. Second level जो उससे थोड़ा ज़्यादा चल सकता है is an intellectual attraction. Your thoughts match and both of you are good at reading or good at studying and good at finding out and researching. उससे भी ऊपर के level का attraction होता है spiritual attraction. You don't know why you love this person so much. There is no idea. Like you think हाँ अच्छा लगता है ये बंदा. So when you cannot explain and it stays consistently for months and years, that is a spiritual connection. So coming back to the idea masculine women and things like that, there is a lot that needs to be questioned when we talk about why women are masculine, why women are strong. As I said, that a strong woman or a masculine woman will also let off her guard when she meets a really strong man. She will be ready to talk to him a lot. She'll be ready to give her looks also, the type of looks. Love is a quality only of the strong people. Only strong people can fall in love and pursue love. Be ready to take rejections. A strong man uses his heart not just to observe his emotions. He also uses his heart to observe the emotions of the woman he loves, and vice versa, the woman also. Women are anyway more emotional. That is why I'm not talking about women. But a strong man, a major characteristic is he tries to understand why is she behaving like this. Do I thoroughly feel that she loves me? Why is she not able to smile back at me, or you know, answer my looks or things like that? So he uses his heart to understand her emotions also. He asks her. He is ready to go and persuade, or to. But also considering that there are two extremes that boys or the weak men will be into. One, assume things and run away. One, कुछ ज़्यादा ही गले पड़ू बन जाएंगे. नहीं 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 नहीं, आपको बात करें. Why don't you understand? She's setting boundaries. So if she's setting boundaries, then stay away. I had this student. I had never taught him actually. 6 years ago, I was teaching in a school, and this guy was in a. I think I was teaching class 11th, and he was in class 12th. He 1 year ago he started talking to me. He said that, ma'am. So he said that there were Hindu-Muslim gaps between the girl he liked, and he told me that she responds this way, that way. So I said that give her time. So I did give him opportunity. He said that I have heard from your students that you teach literature very well. I don't know why did I feel like I should come and talk to you. I was talking about love and all those things in my video. So he came to me. Towards the end, I literally had to block him after sending him a voice note that you are really very, very toxic. I'll be very clear. So you need to understand when a person is behaving like that person doesn't want to talk. Even if you're meant for each other, आपको पता है कि पिछले जन्म में ये मेरा साथी था. So if the person is behaving like that, you can't be like pinging her or pinging him also every day. You can't do that. You must respect boundaries. Whoever sets it, man or the woman, whoever sets it. So the idea is that strength is something that needs to be respected, whether it belongs to the man or the woman. Only two strong people can fall in love. Coming back to masculine women or strong women, they also are capable of falling in love only when they get their own Bahubali. Devsena could be handled well only by Bahubali, not by Bhallal Dev. If you see, there's a huge difference between both these people. So Bahubali was ready to take her rejection also, and Bahubali tried to persuade her, romanticize the situation. He gave that amount of time, and Bhallal, they manipulated the entire situation. He knew that my brother loves her, and he knew that she loves my brother. Despite that, he had no issues pursuing marriage with her. When he did not get her, not only did he do bad things to Bahubali, he gave her such a bad punishment for 25 years. The way he mistreated her could show very clearly that he was not in love with her. When you love someone, then you try to understand the person. That's it for today. Signing off. Aishwarya Sinha. Thank you so much.